might not publish this, but
That's all right.
fascinating
Just,
anyway.
Discussion, yeah.
Awesome. So okay, guys, so I'm with Isabella. How are you?
Very well, and you?
Awesome. Really well. Thank you for chatting. Tell me what it's like to study at the ANU.
I enjoy it. A lot of I study science, so everything that we're learning, all of our lecturers are directly involved in.
Yep.
So it's new research being taught directly.
I think that's something that I've read a lot about, is the fact that ANU is such a research-intensive uni. So even as an undergrad, do you feel that
definitely.
current research?
Yeah. Some of our lecturers, especially in plant science, leading the field, and we're getting that directly. So,
Are you doing plant science?
yeah.
Oh, that's what I did for my undergrad.
Excellent.
At least part of it. Awesome. So how far through are you now?
I'm in my third year, so I was almost finished, and then I added science communication.
Tell me about that. So you've added something on to your undergrad. Was that hard to do?
No, really easy. So I just sort of swapped into it. But I quite like it because you get very focused with like plant science and studying. You end up in quite a narrow field, and science communication is a way to sort of open it up again and feel like you can get your research across.
And that's
better than
it's so
you can
important.
afterwards.
You know, I think one of the biggest challenges that science. So my undergrad was plant science and atmospheric.
Yeah.
And so obviously we see the challenges of that every day, don't we? Like the fact the science is pretty robust.
The science is robust.
It's just
but
like the communication hasn't been won.
Yeah.
We might not publish this, but
that's all right.
Fascinating
Just,
anyway.
Discussion, yeah.
Awesome. So and what's it like on campus here? I mean, I love this kind of like big green campus. It's obviously a gorgeous day. But what's the atmosphere like year in, year out?
Well, I don't leave my little science precinct very often, especially with a lot of the construction work.
Mm-hmm.
But within the science precinct, you come across a lot of the people you work with just wandering about, and that's have conversations there, and that's really interesting.
Nice. Are you going to go on to do postgrad as well? Is that a big thing here?
Yeah, definitely. Go through onto honours. Masters is less common, but it's a good way to sort of open up your degree a bit more, especially if you become very focused in undergrad.
Nice. Sounds good. And is there anything before? So I guess I'm not from Canberra.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything that surprised you? I mean, you've obviously been here for a while now.
Yeah.
So, but do you remember when you first started here? You first started and you're like, oh wow, that's not what I expected at all.
Oh well, I crossed the bridge and discovered it's not too bad.
As in down south from
Well,
south side.
we don't tend to leave our little domains. When I lived on campus the first year, and my mother wouldn't tell anyone that she would have to cross the bridge to come and visit me, just from the inner south. So the 15-minute drive was all too much.
So I'm from Sydney. We also have a bridge in Sydney, and it's the same thing. It's like this psychological divide that you.
And it's amazing how few students from interstate or internationally sort of don't leave this Civic, the university city area.
Yeah. Tell me what it was like to study on campus. Oh, to live on campus in that first year. Was it a good option?
I was in an international lodge, so I didn't have a lot of communications with my fellow students. I think it was less community orientated. Can't talk. Than a lot of the colleges. So that was a bit of a change.
Okay.
I think I would have preferred a more community oriented college.
Cool. So there's obviously a few unis here in Canberra. If somebody was weighing up, actually no, let me rephrase that. In a couple of words, if you had 3, 4, 5 words to describe ANU, what words would you use?
Just that it's a research university, so you're getting that firsthand. first-hand to new information.
Nice. And if somebody was like weighing up between, you know, UC, ANU, you know, there are a couple of the other campuses, ACU and Charles Sturt, those kind of things, what do they need to know about ANU versus something else?
I've only been here.
Yeah. Sorry, that's a bad question. I'm loving the drone. So I'm just, see, I have no fixed questions. Okay, well, and last one. So you know, the kind of purpose of this is to really give some high school students just an unbiased introduction to what this uni is about. But if you could travel back in time to give yourself some advice or tell yourself something about university before you went through those end of school exams, what would you say?
They don't matter so much. What you start out looking at is probably not what you're going to end up doing, and that's okay.
Did you start off with this kind of science in mind, or has that evolved?
No, it's definitely evolved. What I was going to do, I was started out in human biology, like the sort of medicine track, before I decided that I don't like icky things, and I don't really like people either. So moving into plant science I enjoy a lot better, and that's just been that I've shifted that, and it's been easy to do and something I find much more enjoyable. Don't let other people push you into a degree you're not interested in.
Awesome. Can you just tell me about that moment where suddenly you decided, because that's obviously since you started at university, and then we'll wrap up because I'm conscious you got time. But can you tell me about that decision point? Because I think a lot of people, you know, they come into uni and they feel under heaps of pressure, like they've got to just pursue this one thing and be done. So can you tell me about that moment where you're like, you know what, this human biology thing is not for me, and I'm out, I'm changing. Do you remember it?
Not really. I started out with plants as it's something I actually enjoy, and just a side thing. It's like, why am I doing something that I'm not enjoying? Why not make my focus something that I do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome advice. Thanks, Isabella. Great to chat with you. Thank you.